Girl Bella.
Hi babes, it's me, Shannon B for Brown Girl Bella. I bring you lips, lashes, and luxury. My brand is all about high-end luxury, but I also do mid-tier reviews as well as for my bargain bellas, drugstore brands as well. I do makeup and skincare and show you what things you should spend your money on and which things you should simply toss away. There's something here for everyone and there's something here for you. Come join me, be a Bella, and let's get Bellafied. Hello, babes. It's me. Coming to you live and direct. This is Thursday. And you know what we do on Thursdays, people? For everybody in the back who don't know, this is Brown Girl Bella, and you are watching Bella After Dark. Welcome to the Queendom, my people, where we unwind, wine, and have some wine. I'm having a lovely Cabernet Sauvignon, some red wine today. This one is from Napa Valley. It's very full-bodied, rich, and not for the faint of heart. So if you like red wine, you like a full, dry red wine, this one is calling your name. It is a Sauvignon Blanc, and I'll leave the details in my description box following this live stream. But I had to get into it today, y'all, because two things. One, yesterday I was just on one. You ever have those days when you are just aggy? Like everything is aggravating you. Everything is just, you're not pissed off per se, but you're just aggravated, aggy. That's all I can say. I can also say there's 9 people in here. Welcome in 9, but I only got 4 thumbs up. What's up with that? What's up with that? Can we get some thumbs up going on here? The croons, hello, welcome. I'm sorry, where are my manners? Let me welcome everybody in first before I start y'all going. Musisi, hello, darling. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Burns Junk Closet, as always, my boo. Thank you so much. Easy relaxation soothe. Honey, I love it. I'm here for it all. Thank you so much for joining me today. I so appreciate it. Let's see. Box flaws and stuff. Thank you so much for sharing me out for my Bella Miss Day 9. Thank you so much. I was aggy and all in my feelings because I'm putting all of this work into trying to do these Bellamas and make them entertaining, make them kind of fun and lighthearted. Because you know your girl's not really feeling it, right? Um, and then I looked at my analytics and they're tanking. And so me, I don't ever want to give you something that you don't want. So that's why I put it out there. Like, if you don't want to watch these, I'm okay with saying, all right, nice experiment. Everybody's doing some form of a vlogmas. Maybe y'all vlogmas out. I don't know. But my analytics were showing me that y'all were just not there and not feeling it. So I was like, okay, so we could do something else. So I was a little aggy about that, just because I was just expecting more from it. Not to, do gangbuster numbers or anything, but I was expecting more than the many people who showed. Not that I'm not appreciative, I am. I'm just saying it's a lot of work, 25 days, lots of content to edit and upload and get out in a timely basis. So if you are not feeling it, I just wanted y'all to let me know so that, hey, we can course correct. We can do something else. So that's what that was about. And then today, I'm looking at, social media, and I wasn't really like caught on to everything that was going on, but I did see Mr. Tristan Thompson again dropping another baby. And I'm just so tired of these men, whether they have money or not, just spreading seeds like a rumor, like it's going fast and furious. Every man out there, it seems like, is like spreading his oats far and wide. And I was just not in the mood for it. I'm like, again, a man reckless with his body parts and getting someone else pregnant. Like, you don't even know these chicks. You could get STDs, you can get anything. And these people are dropping these babies. So I was a little aggy about that as well. Let me make sure I got everybody. Hey, Winston. Hey, Boo. Jada, go on, hit that like button. Yes, honey. Tell them, girl. I need three more likes. Let's go ahead and hit that like button. Hello, everybody. Burns is saying, let's get it. Let's go. Who else is it? Crohn's, I spoke to you. Here to drop a big like. Yes, I love the big likes. I love big likes, and I cannot lie. Yes. Dropped it. Yes. I love it. Yes. Come on with those likes. I love it. Yes. Come on and get bellified. Yeah, Burns. Come on, sis. They dropping these dog on babies like, it's a buy one, get one free at this point. What's going on? Hey, Denise. Yeah, I thought so too, but clearly that ain't the case. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. You love watching the Bella Misses? Well, I've got a few more in the can already. I just want to know if I need to, start the other ones or nah. That was my whole thing. And I was just like, whatever. It's whatever. Yeah, yeah. Hey, Lorraine, welcome in. So, yeah, so on Thursdays, I don't talk about makeup unless it intersects with pop culture, or if there's something like really interesting or new or popping that I really need to share with you all. Like, did y'all hear that Mother Pat is doing her next collab with Bridgerton and coming out with it looks like it's an eye palette, although she's calling it eye blush. I was like, I blush. What is that, mother? I don't know what that is, but I'm buying it. And she also has highlights, which I think she's re-promoting in new packaging, but she's doing that crown series that I love. I already have one of those that has that crown embossing that she did for the holidays. I believe that one was the Skin Fetish Sublime Highlighter in Lunar Nude. Man, it's so beautiful. And that embossing is just bomb, 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 bomb. So she's making two others. So I don't know if it's the same one or it's a different color, but I know one looks champagne-y-ish. So that might be a repeat. And then the other one looked like it was almost a rose gold kind of tone to it. So I'm here for it. I'm ready. Jada said, I saw the email about the new palette, but I didn't read it. Yeah. Yep, yep, yep. Jada said the fellas are reckless and the chicks are reckless. Can't be a baby without a womb to harvest a seed in. Just don't beat me up, y'all. No, I totally agree with that. But here's the thing. As women, we know that men are not always how do we say this? They don't always have their stuff together. So we as women have to take control and own our own bodies. And I understand, chicks is out here, it's cupping season, they looking for a check. And so it might be easy to spread it long and wide for this ball player who's got money, who's got kids, but he takes care of his kids, thankfully. But it's more than just taking care of them. Like, you've got women, multiple women who now have your baby. This is going to be now the third baby and third baby mama. I mean, it's not a cute look. It's not a cute look for you, sis, and it's not a cute look for you, dad. Just stop the nonsense. Stop the nonsense. Oh, thank you, Lorraine. I appreciate it. Hey, Tata. Woohoo! How you doing? Thank you, Lorraine, hitting that like button. I appreciate it. You watched them enjoy. Okay. Okay. Well, they're still coming out. They're still coming out. Um, what can I say? I'm disappointed um in the fact that we still have not changed from decades and decades of this nonsense, decades and decades of men just being fast and loose and wide with their body parts, as I said, and us women just standing for that and just taking that in and just not doing what we need to do to protect ourselves and our bodies. It's not just, a free for all. It's not just, you can just pass that up and say, all right, well, oops, it was a mistake. It's not a mistake anymore, sis. Like, you in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, you can't be doing this out here. And I'm not just talking about that. I'm talking about the men who lie, the men who think it's cool to be like, I'm talking to this one, I'm talking to that one, I'm talking to the other one, and think it's not going to get around and bite you in the ass. And let me tell you something. Me personally, I never, ever, ever wanted to be that type of woman that just stood for anything. You know what I mean? You've got to stand for something. You've got to have your own kind of moral compass and say, there's certain things that I'm just not going to do. One of those things was have children by multiple people. Both my children were by my ex-husband, and I did not feel the need to have any other children unless I was married first. So I didn't get remarried. So I did not have any more children. And that's what I said to myself. That was my promise to myself, that I wasn't going to do that. The reason being, I did not want to be that mother who, you identify me as your baby's mother. No, 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 no. I'm not a baby's mother. I'm a wife. I'm a girlfriend, fiance, wife. You can pick any of those. But baby's mother and me do not go hand in hand. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. That's not what I'm about. That's not who I am. And I was never going to allow myself to be in that predicament. So I made the right precautions to make sure that did not happen. Hey PNG, welcome in. Feel free to comment. Jada says, I'm me. He over there popping babies, but they know he popping babies and not trying to be their man nor around with the baby and taking care of them. So there ain't a but for me, ladies. Stop. Exactly. Exactly. Because he's doing it to you. He's doing it to a Kardashian. Ooh, a Kardashian. Honey, these ladies open it up and spread it wide just as soon as the next chick. So I don't put them on any pedestal. They're not celebrities in my opinion. They're chicks that got a good come up. And so now people are looking at them as like icons or quote unquote celebrities. They're not celebrities to me. They just came up on a good look. And they, for the most part, all follow the model of like, let me get a Black successful man, with the exception of the oldest one. And yeah, let me go out here and thought and bop for these Black celebrities and want to wife me and make me their woman, and we'll have babies, and they'll be exotic looking because they love that. And I'm just appalled, appalled, because what are we telling the young ladies that are coming up behind us, that are looking at all of this trash and nonsense and reckless behavior? And it's not just in the celebrities, it's in the YouTube space, it's in your neighborhood, it's everywhere you look. There's these types of people, the women who fall for it, and the men that lie, the men that cheat, the men that just disrespects women and think it's going to be cool. It's not going to be cool over here. Never, ever, ever. Yes, right. That's right. Sophie, I don't know who you are, honey bunny. We gonna get rid of you because I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Yes. So, okay. So the next thing I really wanted to talk about, guys. Hey, the fly. Hey, the fly bohemian. Hey, sis. How you doing, beautiful? Thank you so much for coming. Thank you, Jada, for deleting that. I don't know what that was, but we're not allowing no BS up in here tonight. This is the Queendom. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was that whole Jussie Smollett, which I feel like he went to trial and he was convicted in like 2.2 seconds. In like 2.2 seconds. Yeah, I was like, is that a typo? Yeah, I was like, I don't know what that is, but get out of here. Hello, Miss T with the T. Listen, is it me or did that trial go super fast? because I was going to have one of my sorority sisters come in and give her like account of things because she's fabulous at that, and she was a former prosecutor, so she also has that kind of hat as well. And I was like, wow, this is interesting. So he was convicted, he was found guilty. Um and respectfully disagrees. Okay, you can respectfully disagree, but they found you guilty. Um and he's also saying he's 100% confident that this will be reversed on appeal. But at the end of the day, they believe justice will prevail. Well, I think justice already prevailed. I think it already prevailed. Um, so the jury found him guilty of 5 counts of disorderly conduct for making false reports to police that he was a victim of a hate crime in January 2019. This is a class 4 felony and punishable by up to 3 years in prison and a $25,000 fine. So yeah, the Fly Bohemian, he's looking at 3 years and a $2,500 fine, $25,000 fine. That's because he was a fool. They knew he was guilty and they were trying to be nice and have him pay the fee, but he reneged on paying the whole fee. So they got his butt as they should. I know that's right. I know that's right. I can't believe this was in 2019. I feel like it was just yesterday. But yeah, I'm happy with this verdict. CNN legal analyst Joey Jackson said the judge could give him probation, but Smollett exposed himself to jail time when he testified in court. So, if you testify in court and, they find you guilty, they can say, you perjured yourself on the stage, on the courtroom. What Jussie said was that he was resoundingly rejected by the jury, and the jury did not buy what he was selling. You came into the courtroom and you fabricated, and that the testimony by Smollett was a miscalculation by the defense team. You think? You think it was a miscalculation? Brian Williams said, dummy. He is completely embarrassing his family that are all in the industry, both in front and behind the scenes. Yep. Yep. And they stopped, if you notice, they stopped coming out for him. They stopped, saying, oh, my brother is unfairly, being unfairly prosecuted and blah, blah, blah. They stopped saying that a long time ago. They stopped saying that a long time ago. Hey, AJ. Hey, Soror. His acting is trash. You proved that today. Whoa, my queens is coming at it. Full force, double barrels. His acting is trash. Well, he could have did better in court than what he did. He's guilty. He took the stand and he testified before the Chicago jury that he never lied to the police. Listen to this. He said he never lied to the police and denied orchestrating the attack on himself. The prosecutors sought to show that the actor made false reports to the police, and that he hired those 2 African men to carry out a staged hate crime against him to garner sympathetic media coverage. So the 4 counts. Count 1, guilty of making a false police report. He was a victim of a hate crime to the officer. Count 2, he was guilty on is making a false report that he was a victim of battery. Count 3, he was guilty of making a false report that he was a victim of a hate crime to Detective Kimberly Murray. Count 4, guilty. He was making a false report that he was a victim of battery, um, again to the detective. Count 5, making false reports that he was a victim to battery. So I wanted my sword to kind of break down what these counts mean, but in all 5 counts that he was charged with, he was guilty. And again, this is a false crime report is a class 4 felony and is punishable by up to 3 years in prison and a $25,000 fine. Y'all let me know if you think that Jesse's going to get jail time. If you think he's going to get jail time, put a 1 in the chat. If you think he's going to get probation, put a 2 in the chat. So 1, if he's going to get jail time, and 2, if he's just going to get probation, in your opinion. Jada says that's why he did that. He knew the acting wasn't popping, so he figured his height came in as a result of LGBT plus. So he wanted to be a victim so he can be raised as a survivor and a hero. Yeah, he totally miscalculated. And this is what lying gets you. Why you gotta lie, Craig? Why you gotta lie, Craig? Y'all showed him that being attacked for being gay through the outcry when they showed him being put in that garbage can meant power. Yeah. Yeah. He's gonna do so. I think so. I think he's gonna do something. Yep. 1, they are upset with him. They gave him a way out and he basically spit in their face by not paying. So they're gonna make an example. I absolutely agree with that, Jada. I think had he, just sucked it up back when they told him to, do the statement, say I'm sorry, and pay the fine that they wanted him to pay, it would have been all over by now. He would have, gone on and did, some B movies or, another role somewhere where he probably wasn't going to be the star, but, a bit part in something. And kept it moving, kept it pushing. But again, you want to double down on the lie and think nobody's going to notice. And that's what aggravates me. Going back to why I was Aggie, that's what aggravates me about some men. They think that they can play spin doctor and spin it around, so you're the one that's on the back foot that has to, like, apologize and say I'm sorry for things. Oh well, if you were calling me, the way you were before, or if you were showing me the affection you were showing me before, then I wouldn't be out here thotting and bopping. No, you out here thotting and bopping because that's what you do. That's what you do. And as always, you get caught up in the moment. You get caught up and you think nobody's going to catch you. And guess what? It always comes back to bite you in the end. It always comes back to bite you in the end. That's right. Like, share, subscribe, and join to get bellified. PNG said the system is cracking down now. They don't care if you're a celebrity or not. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's not a fact of my celebrity will save me anymore. If nothing else, it shows that, you know what, you can be got too. Mm-hmm. Yes, honey. Hey, Sister Carmen. Welcome in. Welcome to the Queendom. I love it. If it's New York City, they like to make examples. Yes. And I can't wait for the other liar, Mr. Trump, to get his comeuppance, because he's another one that thinks it's not going to come back to haunt him. He another one spreaded his seed far and wide and had babies, mamas that became wives later, but multiples, having multiples. I don't subscribe to that. Whether you're a celebrity, guy on the street, whoever. No, that's not what's up. That's not what's cool. Yeah, thotting and bopping, sis. Thotting and bopping. Because you think it's all sweet because you think you got a cover. You think nobody's gonna call you on your stuff. Mm. Had he just been humble, he would have gotten away with it. Yep. And the people would have let it go. Yep. 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 I was sad about that though, Tisha. When I found out that was a lie on Martin, I thought that was really messed up. Now you think Trump is gonna walk? Sis, do say, why you think Trump's gonna walk? I don't think so. I think, well, first of all, I'm a little upset because my girl Letitia, who I thought was gonna run for governor of New York, I heard she dropped out of the race. I gotta see what happened. But I heard she dropped out of the race. I'm sad about that because I thought she had a real good shot of making a good run for governor. Yeah, honey. Yup. Tisha lied on Martin. Yup. Let me see if I can find that for you so I can read that to you, sis. Okay. So, in a recent interview, Lawrence called Campbell's 1997 lawsuit bullshit. And Tisha says she was shocked by it. So she said she had charged Lawrence with repeated and escalating sexual harassment, sexual battery, and verbal abuse, and related threats. And then Lawrence told GQ in a recent interview it was a lot of bullshit. And just whoever side it was bullshit. He added, saying that the two never spoke about the lawsuit. He said that we don't need to talk about something that just didn't happen. Well, it's why Lawrence walked away from his show. He added, I decided to end it. People said I got canceled, but that wasn't the case. I decided to just leave the show. He can't go into much detail about it because there was a confidentiality agreement and a gag order. But what he can say is he was really shocked by what happened. Um, And then he doubled down in a recent private conversation with a public declaration on Instagram saying, regardless of the past or any misrepresentation of it in the press, I have nothing but love for Tisha then and now. We are good and will always be. And he ended it under the hashtags Team Marty Mar and You Go Girl. So that was that. Your mind blown. Yeah, he's connected. He's connected. Oh, you're talking about Trump? Are you talking about Trump or Martin? She's wow, season 5 stunk so bad. Yeah, yeah. I think Trump will get off as well. He got extra help, child. He made the right connections. He also made a lot of enemies. He made a lot of enemies, sis. And New York is gunning for him. New York is gunning for him because he basically took a dump on us. Like he raised those buildings and treated them as shell corporations. He skated through not paying taxes for years, and not only his personal taxes, but also taxes on his properties too. And he had, you can't go 2 blocks in Manhattan without bumping into something that Trump built. So him not paying the taxes on all of that pissed a lot of people off. And especially when your neighbor, you know, has to pay his taxes and you're not paying yours, you know, Jimmy Bob and them gonna squeal on them. They're not having that. They're not having. Yeah, she was wilding. So much more love for that dude now. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. She dropped out, but I was surprised she even considered. But most attorney generals do consider Governor Patterson wasn't successful. Yeah, I thought she had a good run. I thought she had a good go, especially if she's going to be, the one prosecuting Trump, which I think, she's tapped to do. I know they sent through those indictments, so we'll see. Hey, Burns, you must be getting ready to go to sleep. Thanks, honey, for coming. I hope we get him too. I hope we get him too. Yeah. Yeah. Marty Marr caught up in that. Caught up in that. I mean, I think in my heart of hearts, do I think he probably, said a couple of things to Tisha back then? Probably. Probably. She's a nice looking girl. She had a nice, body, a nice shape or what have you. So he probably said something maybe inappropriate at the time. But, it was all in fun and jest and laughter. I don't think that he ever did it to be malicious. Some men just like to, flirt or give a woman a compliment or whatever. It's when you take it to that extra step where you're lewd about it or you make comments that are considered lewd and inappropriate. But I think in the case of Martin, because he's a comedian, because, in the past, I've heard nothing but wonderful comments about him and how he's very respectful, how he's very sweet, he's very kind to women. And I think that bodes well for his character. So for when that accusation came out, I thought it was out of character. And for him to now say it was, Tisha lying or Tisha misconstruing what was probably innocent comments, I think that showed what a gentleman he truly is. Do I turn these lives into podcasts? I've been thinking about that. Not these lives per se, but actually having a podcast. I am on what's that community thing everybody is on. They always send me messages, but I'm like, I'm busy. Clubhouse. So I am on Clubhouse, and I was thinking maybe I will do a trial run of Welcome to the Queendom there and do like these kind of topics and have other people weigh in and do panels and everything. But I haven't thought about it. But thank you, sis. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely will think about it. Oh, thank you. Tisha was shocked when he finally said something. She broke his heart, but then they had a dinner meeting. Then she left her husband. Then Martin announced Martin was coming back. Yep, yep. I remember that timeline. Mm-hmm. I definitely remember that. Thank you. That's why Tashina was cool with him and her, and Tisha had a problem for a moment. She knew Tisha was hollering at him behind her hubby's back. Ah! Ooh! Well, there you go. I knew it was something. I knew it was something. Wow. Make a double duty? I know that's right. Okay. Now you gonna have me looking into this, sis. Yeah, yeah. Oh, right, because I'm not showing my face. Yep. I'm on Clubhouse, but I got off as quick as I got on chat. I got addicted. Oh, I know. There's so many like different rooms you can go into. They got like the trashy rooms where just like they're all over the place. They got like the industry um rooms, and basically why I stopped doing it is because I felt like we were all just verbally reciting our resumes when we got a chance to talk. Hey, I'm Shannon. I've been in the industry for such and such years. I've worked on this. I've done that. I'm like, oh my God, it's too much work. It's too much work on here. Like, why am I treating this like another side hustle? I guess because it is, but I was not in the mood. I was not in the mood for all of that. It's too much. It's much too much. Jada laughing. Y'all laughing at Jada. They coming for the dollar. Anyone he don't have dirt on will try him. He's trying to scare folks with Cuomo and the actor who mocked him getting problems. Yeah, yeah. But I think that defensive mechanism and that kind of posturing that he has is only going to take him so far. There's going to be somebody. There's going to be somebody who's going to put him right in his place. Yes. If Jada coming through with the dirt today, she got caught and threw him under the bus, child. I know that's right. I know that's right. Still here listening while cleaning. Awesome. Awesome. Pam didn't seem to have a problem, and she is Tisha's best friend. Maybe Tisha was turned down, but he is very attractive to fair-skinned women. Yeah, I think his wife is fair-skinned, if I'm not mistaken. I think his wife is a fair-skinned woman. But I mean, hey, at that time, Martin was on the climb. He could do no wrong. So I can see her, kind of playing up to him and maybe flirting a little bit too much, maybe putting a little too much sauce on it, as they say. Um, and then Dwayne, I don't know what's going on with her husband. JD, you got any insight to that? Because I swear I know that there was rumors going around that him and Will was like locking horns. I don't know if that's true, but I heard that was a widespread industry rumor. Women making false accusations makes it much harder for actual victims. Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But we have that everywhere. We have women everywhere that take, a man's kindness or a man's attention, what have you, for romantic feelings and then running with that. We've seen it time and time again where people, think that just because, a guy is like, showing interest in you or asking you how you're doing or whatever, that's a sign that they want to get with you. Whereas they might just be friendly, sis. They might just, want to know how you're doing. Um, and that's neither here nor there for in terms of like you taking it and running with it, or someone taking it and running with it. I think what happens with that is, you get caught in this sense of, oh, he must want something because he's being nice, and expecting that, the other shoe is going to drop because a guy is being nice, where that simply is not the case. That simply is not the case. Um, but yeah, I mean, It's a sticky situation, which is why I say, to men, don't get put in it in the first place. Don't get put in those predicaments where you have to then justify your actions because somebody saw you doing something you wasn't supposed to do, or somebody um has, records of you texting or calling or whatever. Don't put yourself in that predicament where you have to then defend yourself, because then, if you live your life above board, you live your life without reproach, then you don't have any of those kind of questions. And you don't have your woman questioning your every move, or wondering what's going on, because she's secure in the knowledge and the fact that, you know, what you say you mean. And if you are not within her eyesight or purview, you're going to act the same as if you were in front of her. That's all we want at the end of the day. Why you gotta lie, Craig? Oh, please let me pause here for a brief commercial, and I'll be right back. Hold, please. Hold, please. Hold, please. Hold, please. Hello, and we're back. Let's see what we missed. Anyone he don't. Oh, I saw that around already. Yep, we talked about that. Yep, we talked about that. You can't convince me that he was harassing you, but up until you got caught, you were jumping all up on him in episodes after episodes with live audiences. We saw the chemistry. She was a participant. I agree. I agree. But I also agree that I also subscribe to the notion that he was flirting with her in as much as she was flirting with him. It was mutual. It was mutual. But I think maybe he put the pause on it. Maybe he, saw somebody else that, caught his fancy or whatever. And, she got a little jelly, perhaps. And that's what happened, and everything that went down after that. That could be possible, entirely possible. I'm not going to say no to that. But I do agree with you that she was a willing participant in as much as the flirting was going on. Let's see what else. Jada has all the tea, honey. Think when Tisha and Tashina were barely in media together for me. Yep, I remember that. Guys, it's 1:00. Time to get your sip on. Go to my link at One Hope Wine and go pick out some nice bottles for the holidays. Great sales going on as well. So stop by and get your sip on. She was having an entanglement. Mm-hmm. Girl, yes, she was. Yes, she wanted to be in an entanglement and he wasn't going for it. I think that's what had happened. Lisa Ray told y'all he stole her husband. Listen, are you mm. Jada come in here with the bombs today. Another man mistakes my time. Another man is loving mine. Y'all remember that song? I remember my mother used to play that all the time back in the day. Another man was loving mine. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, I suspect that is true too. His ex was too. Now she's married to the football player. Oh, okay. Okay. Child. A lot a lie. Trying to get a relative out of doing that. Listen, let me tell you something about these lies. These lies have a way of boomeranging. Remember that boomerang effect? Remember the show, the movie Boomerang, which by the way was loosely based on my old ad agency. Child. It was like Sodom and Gomorrah in there sometimes. I needed some holy water to get off the elevator. I was like, y'all are bugging. Y'all are bugging. So let me tell y'all one story why I say it was just a hot mess and about these lies. So here's the thing. Two co-workers were in a relationship, right? And he lied to her saying that he was going to go on the business trip and that she couldn't go because, he was going to be, busy doing this, that, and the third, blah, 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 blah. But she works in the same place. So if you have questions about your man, if you something don't ring true, what you going to do? You're going to go investigate, right? So she put on her Inspector Gadget hat and went on her investigation and found out that, he's got plenty of time. Like he's not even, that crucial to the event. Like he can just go to oversee. He's not doing anything. His role was very minimum. So girl, how about she went to the front desk and I don't know how she did it, but she got the key to the room. And she went up in that room and she saw what happened, what was going down. And honey, she went ballistic. Ballistic. She went off. So much so it got back to the office because she had, damage to the hotel, to the property. Police had to been called, blah, blah, blah. And so he goes back to the office like nothing ever happened, right? But, we all know because, we heard about what happened because, some of the other coworkers who were there. So he's in the office working or whatever. She gets a call from HR saying that she's terminated. Do y'all know this chick came into the building? She was trying to come upstairs. And I guess the HR people had said to them, not to let her up because she's terminated. And she bypassed them, got on the elevator, came upstairs. She didn't get into the floors because both of our floors at the time were locked. So you had to have a pass key in order to get in, and her pass key was revoked because she no longer worked there. So they deactivated her pass. So she was trying to get in the door. And like, if somebody opened the door, she was like, hold the door. And we're like, no. We were all on the loudspeaker and we were told by the the president and CEO, that we were not allowed to open the doors, to stay in our offices and not to open the doors. And then they brought the police to take her off the premises. I thought it was horrible because at the end of the day, you could tell that sister was hurt. You know, this guy that she thought she had feelings for, that she thought had feelings for her in turn, just, you know, not only lied, but cheated, and then was so cavalier about it. And, I always say to myself, like, what would make a woman like snap like that to attack the bedroom and to attack the hotel property and then to come up to the job and like make a stink? Like, she's got to be really, really upset by that. But, here again lies the rub. Like, if you didn't lie, if you didn't cheat, if you didn't cause that woman to be made a fool of, basically, she probably wouldn't have snapped. If you had been honest and said, "You know what? I don't think I want to be in a relationship with you anymore." Cool, no problem. Go your way, I'll go mine. Not a problem. But for you to manipulate the situation and make it into something that is not, and then to not even give this woman the courtesy of understanding what happened in the relationship to where, she is now on the outs. It's just I'm just like struggling to find the right words. It's just messed up, though. It's just messed up. Hey, Terry, welcome in. Thank you so much for coming. Yeah, Tisha taught Jada how to have an entanglement. Child. Yes, another man was wasting my time. Another man is loving mine. Girl, yes. I swear folks will lie when the truth will do. Yeah, lie just for the sake of lying. Like, there's no need to lie. There's no need to lie. No need to lie. Like I told y'all my cheating story and how I discovered it with my now ex-husband. Um but there was a time even before that when I was like young, dumb young, maybe 19, 20. And I thought this guy and me, we was gonna be together forever. I love him. He loved me. Dumb. And he and his mom like had like a little construction business on the side, and they flipped houses. So he was flipping this house and like getting it all set up, knocking down walls and putting up sheetrock and doing all these things and changing over light fixtures and all that stuff. And so he gave me the key to the house in case, I wanted to come over and like hang out until he got there or what have you. So you know how sometimes, you get that sixth sense, ladies, like something ain't right. Something just ain't right. Let me go check out. Let me go holler at this Negro. So I went, and lo and behold, he's a cheating. He in the bed with the next chick. They sleep. They done finished doing what they doing. And I came in there and I was like, "Wah!" I was like the old girl I was just telling y'all about. What in the world would possess you to cheat in a house, in an apartment that you gave me the key to? Like, I would think if you gonna do your dirt all by your lonely. Like, do your dirt somewhere else where I don't have access to, where I don't have, situational awareness of where this place is and can get to it and what have you. But you gonna do it in the apartment you gave me the key to. So you got to think, you deserve this ass beating. You deserve it because you were dumb. You were dumb, and you know you were dumb. And you didn't have to lie. Why you gotta lie, Craig? Why you gotta lie, Craig? Peace, DOD. Hey, West Haven. Yeah. Yeah. Like now you see Boomerang. Catch it with that in mind of what I just said about that situation. Keep that in mind when you watch Boomerang. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Indeed, indeed. Oh, now it's Peace Bella after you done said hello to everybody. And then Peace Bella. Yeah, all right. You good. Rosie, always. My fan is always in effect. Thank you, Terry. It's good to have you here. It's good to have you here. Brooklyn sleep. Brooklyn sleep. All right. So let's continue on the liars and the women that they lie to. So, why do men lie? In my humble estimation, it is because they don't ever want to, I guess, hurt your feelings or be taken as the bad guy in the situation, right? Oh, he did XYZ to me. He's the bad guy. They always point to the guy. What did he do? If y'all break up, what did he do? Right? So they don't want to be the bad guy. So they're going to lie and they're going to do anything that they can in order to keep that lie alive and keep it going. Hey, Mikito3TV. Hi. Haven't seen you here before, but welcome in. Thank you so much for coming. Guys, I'm so excited. One of my sorors that I was trying to get back into the fold and get active, she just sent in her paperwork and her dues for 2022. So as of next year, 1/1/2022, she's going to be on the scrolls for my grad chapter. So I'm so excited for that. I'm so happy for her. So I said, we got to go celebrate. So maybe go to do brunch or something. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. So let me pause for another little break. I'll be right back. Don't worry. Here's Brooklyn. She'll entertain you while I'm gone. All right, welcome back. So we talked about lion ass Tristan Thompson, his baby making ways. We talked about lion ass Trump and lion ass Justice Smollett. Yeah, these days she does. She's gonna be 12 next year. gonna be 12 years old. So yeah, she spends most of her time balled up sleeping. Although now she's laid out like a $2 trash box, laid out across her bed, sprawled. Um, here's another here's another thing I'm wondering about. Um, More or less along the same lines of like the lying and the cheating, what have you. Ladies, you ever have a situation where you're talking to your man and you're saying to your man, well, this is what I keep hearing, and this is what I'm feeling, and this is what uh I'm going through, this is how I feel about the situation, and he tells you basically, calm down, it's not what you think, it's not what what you're thinking about, that's not it, that's not what's going on. And I'm like, she got two eyes just like you got two eyes. She's seeing the same thing you seeing. And you shouldn't, or well, you should not, I will say. I was going to say something else, but I will say you should not contradict what somebody else is feeling, because their feelings are valid. So if they're feeling a way, don't put the onus on her to try to figure out what it is. Put the onus on yourself to try to figure out what you're doing to make her feel the way she's feeling. Case in point, I recently came across a friend of mine who has been with her man maybe 5-6 years, or what have you. And every year, they do something together. Every year they go away or they take a trip or what have you. This year, he says he's going to go without her. He's going to go with some friends and he's going to go without her. And her thing was like, but we do this every year. Why can't you go away with your boys once, one weekend, and then, us still have our time the next time, the next weekend or whenever. And he's like, no, I can only take one trip a year, and it's going to be this one with the boys. And so again, her antennas are up, and now she's investigating. And I'm like, there's never a time when you investigate and you find out nothing, right? Every time you go sleuthing, you're going to uncover something that you're not going to like. So you either go in with it with the notion that, okay, I'm going to find something I don't like. So how am I going to deal with that something that I don't like? How am I going to deal with it? How am I going to either live with it or then deal with the consequences of what may turn out to be the end of the relationship because of what you unearthed? Terry says, some guys lie so much. Honest brothers are almost never believed. Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the thing with honesty. You got to build up that trust, right? That's not something that comes automatic. Like, okay, I'm with my man and I'm going to believe everything he says. No, it comes with, you say something and you mean it, you stick to it. You say something else and you mean it, you stick to it. You say something else and you mean it, you stick to it. So layers after layers of that kind of foundation needs to be built before we say, okay, well, when my man says this, I can believe it because he's built up so much honesty, that if I ever heard something other than that, I'd go to bat and call that person a liar to their face. That's not my man. That's not what he does. And so it comes after you've built all of that trust. But if the trust is ever shaken, if the trust is ever swayed in any way, then that's when the creeps and the moments of doubt creep in. And I'll tell you something, for every good man, there's three of them that's not so great. Not so great. Correct, Terry. Mm, yeah, that's a red flag. Yeah. Or don't go snooping. hmm Hmm. Sounds like whatever. Anyway, I digress. Um, you go snooping, DOD, because there's already something there that's not quite right. Or as my grandmother used to say, everything in the buttermilk ain't clean. So sometimes you got to check that and make sure it's what it says it is. Or else, you have to do some digging, some detective work to make sure that it's what it's supposed to be. In some situations, that takes too long. It's like going through the gauntlet. It takes patience for the honest brother to be trusted. Yeah, I totally agree. And I am totally of the mindset. I give you enough rope. I give you enough rope so that if need be, you can either hang yourself with it because you're, out here making duplicitous moves, or you get caught in a lie, or you get caught doing something you shouldn't be doing. Um, so yeah, so I think for women it's different because for the most part, what you see is what you get. I know some women, play games and do different things. So I'm not saying is, every woman is good, but I'm saying that for the most part, whenever there is a situation where there's something that is amiss, it's usually on the man's side. It's hardly ever on the woman's side. Men never snoop. I wonder why. Because you can't. There's nothing to snoop. There's nothing to snoop for. There's nothing to pick at because everything has been on the up and up. So there's no reason to fault the woman for that. Reason being, they call women cats and they call men dogs because dogs will leave a trail of what they've been up to, whereas cats never leave a trail. They never leave a trail. And so there's nothing for you to snoop because there's no trail. Whereas men, damn, perrito's gonna go all over the yard. So that's what happens. That's what happens. Don't blame me, blame your sex. Men are just sloppy. Some men are just sloppy. Case in point, Tristan. Case in point, any other man that has 50 million. Come on, Nick Cannon. I was so, so, so saddened to hear that his youngest son passed away, who was only 5 months old. I guess he had a malignant brain tumor. And by the time they found it or what have you, it was too late. And it was inoperable. So unfortunately, his son passed. But that's like his what, sixth son? Sixth, seventh son? I was like, I can't understand why you're having all of these children with all of these different women. Like, what is going on? Men, y'all gonna have to explain this to me. Why do y'all have multiple children by multiple women? What is going on there? What is the driver to this faction that you must bed all of these different women without proper protection. Because maybe you are using protection, but clearly it's not proper because it's failing big time. So you're either not doing it or not doing it properly. Either way, I blame you. And I blame her too because she can protect herself. But as I said in the beginning of this conversation, a lot of women fall victim to that, superstar um mystique. I'm going to get with um Nick Cannon. He loves me. He wants me. He wants to bed me. I'm going to have a baby by him and then I'll be set up for life. Sis, if that's your game plan, then plan to fail. Because that is a piss poor plan. Trust me. Trust me. It's piss poor. There's never going to be a time when that man will just settle with you. Because if he's doing that, if he's done that in the past to other women, you're not going to be the exception to the rule. You're just not. You're just not. It's not going to happen. What you said, Terry? I don't know. I'm a woman guy myself. It seems to me having multiple women has to be exhausting. I would think so too. I would think so too. Having multiple women would be exhausting. Having multiple women would be that what's up. Okay, let me just break it down. Let me get to the brass tacks of things. The brass tacks of things is that it's not sexy in 2021 or ever to have multiple women. That's not a right of conquest because you've had multiple women. How about instead of looking for the quantity of women, you look for the quality of women? Women who want to cater to you and do the things that will make you happy because that gives her pleasure, not because she wants anything from it, but because that gives her pleasure. And you want to cater to her and make sure she's happy because that makes you happy. Find a woman that strives to make you better, that wants the best for you, that wants to see you do well and be well. And in return, he wants that for you. um I just this numbers game and this conquest game of this is my son, this is my daughter, and I got this girl, I got that girl, I got I had a guy tell me once he's got wives, multiples, wives, fiancés, girlfriends, and jump offs on social media with thousands of followers, and they follow this fool and they want to be a part of his harem. And he's not, I've seen him. He ain't that good looking. He got all right body, but where is his mental at where he can fix his mouth to say he wants wives, fiancés, girlfriends, jump offs, and actively recruiting for more people to fall in those categories? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I would never. I could never. That's just not who I am. As I said in the upfront, that's not who I am. That's not what I'm about. If I have a man in my life, the man is my man. And there's no others. Because I want no others. I want him, he wants me. And that's it. And if he don't want me and I don't want him and we decide to go our separate ways, cool. I'll find another. It's all right. I ain't, I'm not saying I'm the best out there, best looking out there, but I'm all right. I can cook. I can clean. I can take care of my man in all ways. And yeah, it's not rocket science. It's not going to be, detrimental. The world's not going to end if you don't have a man in your life or a woman in your life. It's not. The world's going to keep moving. Black man, not only do I bake my own tea cakes, but I throw shade at anybody who tells me I don't bake my own tea cakes. Thank you very much. Okay. I came from a Southern grandmother who baked everything from scratch. Okay. Thank you. So that's just it. That's just who I am. That's it in a nutshell. Um, yeah, he be trying it, Terry. He be trying it, testing my patience. How far he can go before I lose my head. Child, he be trying it, trying it. Try me not. Try me not. All right. One other current event I wanted to get to. Let me see if I can pull it up before we say adieu. Oh, please let me grab that. Let me grab it. Let me grab it up. Ooh, 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 ooh. Where is it? Mm-mm-mm. Oh, so RIP to rapper Slim 400, who was shot and killed this evening in Inglewood. Oh, another man slain by gunshots. I don't know where he was. They said he was at a location in Inglewood on the 8600 block of 7th Avenue around 7:50 p.m. Paramedics treated Slim on site before the LA County Fire Department transferred him to a local hospital for emergency traumatic care, and he was pronounced dead then. He was shot multiple times in Compton. So RIP to him. He was born in Germany and raised in Compton, and he dropped a music video hours before the shooting for his track Caviar Gold, a love letter to cannabis, which he promoted to his 247,000 followers on Instagram. Wow. I mean, how many more times do we have to hear this and read this and say, RIP to one of our brothers before we have enough of this? Like, what is it going to take for us to get some control back in our neighborhoods, in our streets? And I'm like, I'm so tired. I'm so tired of hearing that another young man was slain. I don't know about you. I'm getting weary. I'm getting weary of these things that keep happening over and over and over and over again at nauseum. You know, when is it going to stop? When are we going to say enough is enough and take back our streets and take back our people, take back our young boys? Um, you know, I um I really it blows my mind when I think about all the potential these young men had and were cut down in the prime of their lives because of senseless gun violence and senseless violence in the streets. It just makes no sense why we cannot, as a people, just do better, demand better from our communities, demand better from the police who are supposed to protect us and make sure that we're okay. And it's like open season on our Black people. And, with no care. And it seems like people are getting more and more um, lax. And that's not the right word for it. Um, that people other than Blacks are really um I feel like it's open season on people of color, not just in terms of gun violence, but just in terms of like how they treat us, how they speak to us. You're sick of it as well, DOD. Yeah, I mean, we all should be sick of it. We all should be sick of it. But what are we going to do about it? How are we going to stop this? How are we going to end our brothers and sisters being murdered in the streets for nothing else but being the color that they are and living in their skin, living in their glory? Um, Earlier today, I was at my condo. What was I doing? Was I walking Brooklyn? I might have been walking Brooklyn. That's usually why I'm out and about anyway. So I was walking Brooklyn. I was walking back towards the house, and I see this white BMW getting ready to park in my parking spot. So now to let you in on a little backstory, they're doing some construction around the roadways in and through our condo. And so we have to move our car. As a matter of fact, I have to move my car after this live um, because they're paving over. And so she goes and she parks in my spot. And so I go over to her and I'm like, I'm waving my finger. I'm like, no, 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 you can't park there. And she's like, well, there's nowhere else to park. I said, well, that's not my problem. My problem is the spot you're parked in is mine. And so you cannot park there. You can park in any place that says a G on it. If it's, open, that means it's a guest spot. You can park there, or you can park outside of our condo unit. And so she goes into her whole diatribe. Well, I'm showing a house at this place. Ma'am, I don't care where you're showing the house. You can be showing the house next door. I don't care. You're my spot. Move. And she huffed and rolled her eyes, but she moved her ass out my spot. So let's be clear. Miss Bella is not taking no shorts in the 2021s and beyond. Okay? Too grown for that. But it was just like, she felt put upon. Like, chick, I didn't tell you to sell a house in this unit when we're doing construction. I didn't say that. And if you're built into this condo unit and you're selling houses in here, surely you must know that they're doing construction work. Or you should know the neighborhood enough to know that you can't park in a numbered spot. You have to park in a spot labeled guest or G. So it's not my fault that you did not pay attention and do what you needed to do. However, I will tell you, you got to get up out the spot though, or I will happily tow your ass at your expense. That's all. That's all. I'm done. All right, guys. I had you on here for almost an hour and a half. Hour and a half? Yeah, almost an hour and a half. Whoo, Miss Bella's got some things to do tomorrow. I want to well, first I uploaded today's Bella Miss. So day 9 is up. Please watch it. Day 10 will be up tomorrow. And then I also have on Saturday, I have my November favorites, which will be dropping as well. Any proposals for a solution? Oh, I like this. Any proposals for a solution to the violence between thugs and hoodlums? Yeah. I put them all in the same category. The thugs and the hoodlums, they all in the same category. But what I started doing, and this is just me, I want to tap into my local organizations that are helping with this and see what I can do to lend a hand, whether it is mentoring someone or talking to groups or, going out to schools, something, Terry, because I cannot keep looking at this same issue over and over and over again and not do something about it. It's not in my nature. I tell the story all the time about my grandmother who came to this country from Panama. And, she was like, if I'm going to be here, I'm going to learn, what America is. And she, went about the right way, got her citizenship, started working on campaigns to help and organize at a grassroots level in Brooklyn. And that's what I was born into. That's what I was raised into. Community activism is important to me. So going out to your community, finding those places where you can do good. And Terry, you have an excellent platform. You can take any one of those videos that you have and lecture on that into schools, and they would eat that up. Your knowledge of culture and the Black diaspora is like phenomenal. So you can take that wherever you go and write your own ticket in terms of lecturing and talking to people. Hi, Mossy. I don't think I've seen you here before, but thank you for coming. I'm about to finish though, but thank you for smashing that like button. Take care, DOD. And yeah, go out and talk to people and show that great footage that you've amassed on your site of all these great videos. And talk to people and talk to these kids. And I don't think the solution is just going to come from talking, but the more we open that dialogue and the more we tell them how there are better ways to make a dollar than, just gang banging in the street and doing things that are not becoming of who you are and whose you are. I believe will make a difference. It has to. It absolutely has to. All right, guys, I'm going to go. Yeah, Masi, I will be back tomorrow with a premiere. So definitely come back and meet some friends there. But I'm about to go. And thank you all for coming. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I enjoyed you immensely. Thank you for joining in on the Queendom. Have a great night, and you've been bellified.